Yeah. And so if you go all the way back to Dark Hope, the first in the series of the Archangel Prophecies, how good of a match was that with your reading preferences at this stage of the game?
It was almost spot on. I would say that your books are targeted at the young adult genre. So most of the heroines are, in their early, maybe late teens, early 20s. That would have been the only difference from what really what my normal reading profile would have been, was just the age of that young adult versus adult. But
Mhm.
everything else was pretty much what I was reading at the time.
So you heard it here first, guys. Beth was like ahead of the curve on the romantasy trend. We're going to talk
Yes.
about that a little bit later. And the
Yeah.
difference to you and it being young adult is what? Less steamy?
It's sometimes less steamy, but I would say that the character development is different because when you are teenagers versus young adults, right? Um, they're still making judgment calls that are more along the lines of what a teenager does versus what I would say a woman does, right? So in some of the what I would say the adult, romanticides, right? The women are they're fully developed in their independence. Maybe that's the best way I can describe it, right? So you're not gonna get the a little bit of the, well, I'm not sure what to do, oh, I'm going to be really overly emotional about something that happened. So that is really the big difference between, I think, that YA, right, the young adult and the adult, and it differs depending on the book.
Yeah. That's a really good point. I remember some of the feedback I got from readers during that series in particular was about how they hated the impulsiveness and the bad decision making of the main character Hope, which was kind of to me the point because in some young adult novels, these young heroines are represented as superheroes almost, and they
Yes.
are heroic, but I always thought it was kind of fun to represent a teen actually acting like a teen, and some
Yes.
people didn't like that. So it's
Well,
really great that you
but
picked.
you knew it. You had to get it. Like, I think that was, yes, but that is like the difference between the two genres, honestly.